Well, hello and welcome to Lori's Crafting Place.blogspot.com. Notice anything different? I don't have to wear glasses except to drive. So I had my cataracts removed, and this is going on 2 weeks for this eye, and this eye's only been a few days. So I got it done Wednesday. And I'm amazed at how well I can see, but that's why I haven't been with you for about 3 weeks, because I've been going through all this stuff. But anyway, I'm back and I'm ready to show you some cards. If you remember, I was following Jackie Bolhuis and was doing these card templates, Simply Simple card templates. And I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to start with 12, volume 12. And go back and show you as many cards as I can show you, and I may have to make a couple videos, so we'll see how it goes. So let's get started. I think I'm just going to turn you down and let you look and see the cards from that view. So let me get you over here. Let me get my camera down here, and I think just come up just a tad. If I can get that back up there a little bit. Let's see. I think this is going to be good. Let me kind of turn it this way a little so I can make sure I'm getting it in. So this is going to be the template. And then on the back I have written all the measurements. So I'm going to hold that up there. You can screenshot it or whatever. But you will start with a card base that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then you need 4 rectangles that are 2 1/2 by 1 1/8, and then you need 4 rectangles that are 2 5/8 by 1 1/4, and those will be layered on top of each other. And then you need your focal point, and that's going to be 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. So I hope you saw that. So there's what it looks like. There's your focal point. And then this is the card I made. And I'm not sure if I did anything on the inside. Yeah, I did. I've been trying to decorate the inside of my cards. So I just thought that was a pretty fall card. And although it's still summer, it's very, very warm here, very humid. But anyway, that is number 12. So I'm going to stick that down here, and then we'll go to the next one, which is it's still template 12. I forgot there's like several in this volume 12. So that was the first card. And then this is the next card. This is the template. You can see that. And so then you need a card base. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then your layer 1 is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And the banner layer, which is what this is right here, the banner layer is 2 by 1 1/4, 2 by 1 1/4. And then your layer 3 is 2 1/4 by 3 3/8. So that's 2 1/4 by 3 3/8. And so what I did is I made this card, and I embossed this piece right here. And then I also put another layer under it. I liked that. And then I have that piece. And then I also embossed the little banner, so you can see that. And then I put another piece of DSP on the inside. So that's what I did with this one. That's volume 12 still, and I'm pretty sure this one's going to be volume 12 also. Yep. So here was this one. This was fun. I'd never even thought of, I would never think of making one like this. And so this one, all your card bases are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 on all of these. So I might not say that every time. I'll just say a card base. And then you need a square layer, which is 4 by 4. And then you're going to cut that diagonally. So this yellow piece put together, made a 4x4, and then I just cut it from one point to the other point, and then I put them out here like that, and that's what made this little section right here. And the focal layer is you could put two. You could put another one under here if you want to. So the focal layer was 2 1/4 by 3 3/8. And then this is the card that I came up with. So you can see what I did there. So I had this shape, and I just die cut that shape out. And then what I did was I laid it down on top of the brown piece back here, and then no, I did not. I had this is the nested dies, and so they come in different sizes. So I just put one here, one here, and one here, and cut those out. And then this is it's for my sentiment. And I just made a banner on both ends. You notice there isn't one here, but I added that because I thought it needed one. And the paper, I just loved the paper. So that was what I did for this one. Okay. Then I did a Christmas one. Let me see what is it. This is it right here. So this was my template, and I like how this looks because it almost makes it look like it opens up here, but it does. Oh, it does. No, it doesn't. I think I taped it down. Yeah, I did. I taped it down so that it doesn't open up, and then put a circle. So what I did here on this one, now this is now volume 11. Okay, so we're done with volume 12. Volume 11 had the card base of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And your first layer is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And the next layer is 3 3/4 by 5. And then you have some strips. So you have one strip that's 1 by 5. And then 2 strips that are 1 1/8 by 5. So make sure that I hold that up there so you can get that. You can pause your video and then write it down or screenshot it. And so what I did was I made this card, and I loved the papers. I just thought it was really a nice Christmas card. And then I had a circle punch, and I put my sentiment. I added some bling to this one, and then on the inside I added a piece of white and then put this green in there, which I liked it. I like what Jackie Bolhuis says. She says you make the inside as pretty as the outside. So that's what I kind of did there. So that was that one. That's volume 11. So I'm pretty sure the next one is volume 11. Yep. Okay, so right now I'm just going to turn it this way so you can just see the template. I like that one. I thought it was pretty cool with the different papers, and you could use ribbon. You don't have to use paper all the time, you know. And you could emboss this back here if you want something different. You can use DSP. And then you've got a circle. So this one here has the card base, and then the first layer is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. The second layer is 3 3/4 by 5. Then you have a strip that's 1/2 by 5, 2 strips that are 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then your circle can be any size of circle that you want. And it doesn't have to be a circle. It could be a square, it could be a triangle, it could be whatever, a rectangle, it could be whatever. So let me hold that up there again so that you can see that one. And this is the card that I made. So I there's my strips. There's my DSP, put happy birthday, put some bling on it. Then I did my circle, Now you can see it's different because this one is this way. And so I turned it that way. And like Jackie always says, you know, turn your card around and see. I mean, I could go that way. You know, oops, sorry, get back in the frame. It can go that way, or it can go that way, or it can go that way. So the possibilities are endless. And then on this one, I just stamped some of those little flowers. I haven't written or put anything in there yet. So that was that one. Okay, I'm going to stick that one back in here. And I still think we're on number 11. Yep, we are. And this one. It was very interesting. I really liked this one. Well, I like them all, but I did like this one. So let me see, which way did I open this one? Oh, okay. I don't think this one opened. So I didn't put a whole card base because this is my template and I don't need to bulk up my box full of templates. So I just used the top part of what would be the card. Hope that makes sense to you. Anyways, this one you had your card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then layer 1 was 4 by 5 1/4. Your second layer was 3 3/4 by 5, and then you cut those diagonally. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on there. Okay, so what I did was I took some designer series paper and I really liked it. Turned my card this way, so instead of being this way, I turned it this way. And then you just take your squares and you just cut them diagonally. Well, they're not squares, they're 4 by 5 1/4, and then 3 3/3 by 5. And then you cut those, and then you take and then you lay them down. So the longer ones went here, the shorter side, see, longer sides, and then the shorter side went there. And then I put a flower in the middle. I thought that was really pretty paper. And then I put a piece of that paper inside. And that's what that one is. So your focal point can be anything. It doesn't have to be a circle, it doesn't have to be a square, it could be a flower, it could be a sticker, it could be whatever you want to put on there. So that was that one. Let's see, I'm watching my time because I don't want to make it too long before I make another video. This one here is number 10. We're in template 10. Okay, so template 10, it looks like this. And of course I like that one. And again, all I did was just make the top part of the card because it was taking up too much room. Let me put this up here so you can snap that one or pause your video and write it down. So a card base, that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Layer 1, 4 by 5 1/4. Strip layer, that's 6 by 1. And then you have your focal point, and so on the focal point, which is this right here, you have your layer 1, that's 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, and layer 2 is 2 3/8 by 3 7/8, and then you have layer 3, which is this piece here, the orange piece, which is 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, so I hope you got a picture of that. And this is the card I made. So what I did with this one, I don't know if you can tell, but I have some brick embossing folders. And so I made the brick. I did the white in brick. So there you'll see little lines. I hope you can see that. And then what I did was I took this strip here and put it down, and then did the purple one, and then did black. I like black with It just makes things pop. And then put that on there. Stamped. I did stamping and then put some rhinestones. Anyways, that was this template. So I thought this was really a pretty card. Okay, so that was 11, and I'm pretty sure this one's number 11 too. This one you'll be able to see the brick easier than you did on the white. This one here is a square layered, and then you have your little message strip and a piece here. And like I said, you can emboss on this, or you can do whatever, and that's what I did. I took it and I turned it. So I turned it this way, and then I moved this and put it across here. And that's what I did on this card. So you can see probably better here, the brick. I thought it was nice to add that brick. And then I had some daisy stamp. Or actually, I didn't have a daisy stamp. I had a die cut. So I die cut it out and then I put it on there. Kind of gives it a little, I could have probably popped it up on some dimensionals and made it come up a little bit, but I have some depth to it, but I didn't. And happy birthday, and then I put some of the flowers on the inside. So there's that one. Okay, and this one here is number 10, still volume 10. And so this is a little different, and it has some layering, but this one's like smaller. This one's longer, more rectangly. And then this is where your sentiment would go. Now you could put DSP on here. It could just stay with the way it is with your cardstock or whatever. And it looks like, I don't know what I did here. I made 2 of these, but I didn't, oh, I did make a card sample. Here it is. I was going, what did I do? Like, I made these a long time, quite a while ago. So anyhow, I made 2 different color templates, and I did write on both of them. So let me just pick one here and hold that up so you can see the measurements. Sorry, I'm moving around a lot. Okay, and so this one was your card base, then layer 1 was a 3x4. Your focal layers were, the first one was 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Layer 2 was 2 3/8 by 4 3/8, and then the sentiment was 3/4 by 3 1/2. And then this is the card that I made. So I didn't do anything to my cardstock. I could have embossed it, but instead I took the piece back here and I embossed that with some little flowers. And then I took and stamped some flowers on here, and I backed it on some, or put it on some black. And it's a birthday card. And inside I did some more flowers. And I don't know if you noticed, but this paper, I accidentally, well, I don't think it was an accident, but grabbed some pearlized paper. So this has got a real shine and a sheen to it, this paper. And it was kind of fun to use. So there's that one. And then let's see what this one's, I think, still number, this is number 9 now. So now we're on volume 9, and I think I'll stop at volume 9 and then I'll do some more later. So this is this template, so it has a big banner, and then it has this little focal point here. And then these are your measurements. Okay, so you use your card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Layer 1 is 2 1/2 by 5, that's the banner. And then you just, what you can do is you can just, so it comes down to here. So what you do is you can just clip with your scissors up to this point, and then come in at the sides, cut, come in at the side, cut, and you got your banner. So that works really good to make a banner, because I don't have a banner die. So, and then I did a masculine card. So I actually had to make this by hand because I didn't have the stamp set. So I did have some dies that I got from Temu, so I did cut those out, but this pegboard I had to make. So, and it was pretty easy. I just made all these dots on there. And then I had some wood-like paper, so I made the banner out of that, and I like that. And then on the inside I put a couple tools. So I don't have a sentiment or anything on there yet, and I'm going to probably add something on the inside. I don't know, I may add happy birthday out here. I don't know what I'll do. Okay, so I think we have maybe one more in this set number, where are you? Set number 9. This goes with this one. Set number 9. Okay, so this was real simple template. Just a piece here and then 3 little squares. But then, like, you could add to it if you had some fancy paper that you wanted to put there, and then put flower, cut out flowers in there. You could do that. This is your measurements. Sorry. Okay, and so it's the card base 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Strip layer is 4 1/4 by 1 1/2, and then you have 3 little squares that are 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. And this is the card that I made. Now here again, I did not have a stamp set with these tools, but I had the dies, so I laid the die on here and I traced it. And that's how I made that. And then these are the little nails or tacks or whatever, and I just made T's, a letter T, and it looked like little nails. And if you wanted to decorate your paper, you could make those little nail things all over the place. So, I mean, you could just really doll this up if you want. But again, it's a masculine card. So very simple one. Okay, let's see. I think I have one more in this, number 9. And so here is the template. And I liked this. Just strips of paper, and you leave a little space and a space around the edge, and then you add your focal point. And then here's your measurements right there. So you have your card base, and then you have 2 pieces that are 4 by 1 3/4, and 1 piece that is 4 by 1 5/8. Okay, so that's what these are. So these 2 are bigger, this one is smaller. And then you have your focal point, which is 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. And then your next focal layer underneath that is 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. And so then this is the card. I'm sticking with the tool theme. This is the birthday card. So I just traced, like I said, I traced my dies. Put some T's on there, made another one of these pegboards, cut out the tools and put them on there, and made it a happy birthday card. And I really like how it turned out. And then I put some more tools on the inside. But I really like these tool ones, and it was good because I needed some masculine cards. So that is what that is. I'm going to turn you down here, or turn you back up, because I'm at 23 minutes and I don't want to go any farther. So thank you, thank you for joining me. I tried to swallow and talk at the same time. That doesn't work. Anyway, thank you for joining me and being patient with me getting back. And I am in a few weeks going to be taking a vacation. We're going on vacation together and going to go see our grandchildren and our daughters. So that won't be till towards the end of August. But anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy creating. And until next time, try some of these cards and see if see what you can do with them. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love it. I noticed I had another subscriber, so thank you so much. Thank you, all you stamper people and crafters, and it's almost like it's just fun. It's like a friendship community. I don't know what it is, but it's great. I love it. So anyhow, until next time, happy creating. Bye.